8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1.
Yo, 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 what's goody, everybody? It's that man Trippy back in the building for another episode of No Cooldown. Episode 37. We getting up there, bro. We getting kind of old and shit, bro. It's like you start, you know what I'm saying, checking out some retirement plans and stuff. About to, you know what I'm saying, put these kids through middle school and the high school. It's getting different, bro. But we're here, as always, with the podcast partner in crime. Went easy. How you doing, dog?
I'm good. I'm good. It's funny because you said you were old, and I was literally just talking about my lower back pain. Like I definitely feel old.
No, what? Oh my gosh, you might fit the description, bro. This is funny. This is actually terrible, bro. But anyways, you can support our old bodies by rating us 5 stars on all podcast audio apps, man. Spotify and what's it called? Apple Podcast. To be specific, go on there, rate us 5 stars. Just search up No Cooldown, and you will find us there. We are literally one play away from 200 plays across all podcasts on this platform, bro. Across all platforms, across everything, we are almost at 200 plays. Again, not counting YouTube live views, but we're almost there, bro. So, hey, listen, get us over the line. Keep rating us 5 stars. Keep sharing us around, man. We starting to really get up out there, man. Don't be too late, man, because when the train is going, the train is going. You know what I'm saying? When we you know what I'm saying, hosting all these industry insiders, man. We got Keanu Reeves sitting with us and shit, telling us tips and whatnot. You gonna want to say you was here from the jump, man. You was gonna want to say it. So just rate us 5 stars now, man. Lock it in. But got a few stories from this week. It's a little bit of a slow one. It's kind of like one of those waiting in the wings for everything, because literally everything is about to pop off next week. I think
sir.
Tokyo Game Show is closed. There's a alleged PlayStation showcase that's coming, you know, next week. What's it called? The Ubisoft Forward event. There's all that stuff next week. But this week we got a few things still. So you know, got a few stories in the warm up, got a few in the main stories, man. Without further ado, is you ready to go, mate?
I was born ready.
All right, bro. Let's warm up real quick. Let's warm up. So I know you've been seeing all these Spider-Man mods, bro, that have been coming out since the PC version of Insomniac Spider-Man has released, and it's probably the coolest mod so far. I don't even care what nobody says, bro, but you can play as Kermit the Frog, and you be handing out ass whoopings within the whole suit. Honestly, like, this was the funniest thing I probably saw all week, bro. How do you feel about that and all the other mods that have been coming through as we all predicted a Spider-Man, you know, got to PC?
Honestly, I'm just happy to have PlayStation games getting the mod treatment. It's hilarious. It'll never not be funny. Kermit the Frog in Spider-Man is so funny. I saw people modding in like Venom, and like for a second I saw that and I was like, wait, did somebody get like leak footage of the second game? And I was like, no, it's just mods. And I was like, man, what a good time. What a good time.
Bro, it's the best shit ever, bro. I saw one of it was Sora, and somebody was like, yo, Kingdom Hearts 4 gonna be crazy, bro. And it was like Kingpin body slam with the stick in the floor. I was like, yo. I love the mod community, bro. I have such a deep love for the mod community. They're so great, and it's just joy, bro. It's just joy, and I'm glad that, again, it's embraced. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's embraced even more amongst all the console people and stuff. They're trying to make their way into the PC markets. I hope they understand that this is a very, very welcome part of gaming. You know what I'm saying? People who aren't privy on the console side, they understand that this is a welcome part of gaming, and this is like, it's dope, bro. It's dope, bro. Who doesn't want to fly through the streets and give people like sky uppercuts as Kermit the Frog? I know I do. Listen, I didn't think I would need it, but I do. So that's a really, really dope you know, story, dope inclusions, man. I need to actually get back on Spider-Man. I might need to buy it, bro. Damn,
Yeah.
Sony got me again. Sony got me again. Those sons of bitches. All right, on to the next story to warm up. Word is that WB have secured the trademark for a Bugs Bunny variant, namely Big Chungus, one of the big memes that have popped up over the past few years, with potential usage for video games being logged for that trademark term set. So, I mean, Big Chungus could be in a video game soon. He could be in a movie soon. They locked it down. So, I mean, multiverses? Big Chungus?
The thing about multiverse is that they're tapped in, man. They were really tapped in. Like, they're listening really closely. Unlike some other fighting games that I know of, they actually care about what the community thinks, and they know how to make the community laugh and make the community have fun. So I honestly am very excited to see what they come up with. They They're funny guys, and they're even in some of the characters, like
Yeah.
LeBron's references, like some of LeBron's moves are actual memes that have been used before. Like they know what they're doing.
Facts.
They're cooking.
Yeah, they definitely got a big understanding of what people actually would want to see and stuff in terms of gaming stuff. So if they get Big Chungus as a character, that would be probably the dopest thing. Me personally, I feel like if you could morph the safe that Bugs Bunny uses into a Big Chungus and make that target a Big Chungus, that would be hilarious. That would probably be, I think that would be the most sensible or the most probably likely usage of Bugs or Big Chungus in that sense. But that's just dope, bro. That's dope. These people, the team player first, they're clearly tapped in, like you said. Again, like Stripe is coming Tuesday, I think. Stripe from the Gremlins is coming Tuesday. I'm not sure if it's Gizmo. I think it's Stripe first.
I want to say
is it Gizmo first?
I want to say it's Gizmo.
Is it Gizmo first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're two separate characters.
Yeah, facts. He confirmed there's two separate. So I'm like, damn, that's even better. I literally had no clue it's gonna be separate characters, but what's it called? One of the Gremlins is coming Tuesday. Again, people are super excited about that. And again, they've been touting it up. They've been shouting out the moveset, like this ain't gonna be a really fun character. They're all the way tapped in, man. They're shooting 100% from the field right now, in my opinion, in terms of overall reception. And yeah, man, it might be another big notch in the belt for them, showing customer satisfaction, for lack of a better term, for their game experience. So yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
And on to the last story of the warm up here. So I don't know if you noticed, this, but we've been moving more towards it just in the general, I guess, media and public. Of course, it was sports games. We gonna be there, but what I'm saying, shout out to the rappers, man, and getting on some of these game covers and whatnot in these game projects. So J. Cole was on a special edition of NBA 2K23, and Schoolboy Q was actually had a pretty big part in the what's it called, PGA Tour 2K23 trailer, because I remember he golfs a whole lot. So him being involved was dope. J. Cole being on the cover of 2K23 was dope. How you feel about that, man?
It's really cool to see, because honestly, I think that it's a great way to combine, especially J. Cole being on 2K, NBA 2K is just combining the cultures that are very tied close together. Like hip hop and basketball have always had a deep history and a deep connection. So I feel like it only made sense. The thing that sucks is that like all of these covers are coming out for 2K. People are gonna be buying like multiple copies just to have all these like cartridges.
Bro,
I think it's cool because I love art, but I'm not like, you're making these people pay so much money. I just there's parts of 2K. I like how it looks on the outside, but how about we put some effort on the inside? You know what I'm saying? How about we fix something up on the inside?
Fair, bro. Fair. Listen, I cannot agree more. I have not touched the 2K in a long time, but this year's tempting. I'm gonna be honest. The reel is back. The veil is back. You know what I'm saying? Flow Bananas here. Peeled is back. Like, listen. I'm just saying. Cole is on the cover. This man, I said it on Twitter. This man literally dropped about 6 points and 3 boards in Africa, and this man still got on an NBA cover, bro. Your favorite rapper can't do that. Your favorite rapper cannot do that today, bro. I'm gonna let you know straight up right now. All right, J. Cole different, but
not wrong.
There's that, but it was dope to see Schoolboy Q on the PGA trailer, bro. Again, like cool. I knew vaguely that he golfed a lot and stuff like that. So, but like that was like super like out of left field. Like it didn't even hit me that it was him at first. I'm like, yo, is that Q? What the? This shit is fire, bro. It's fire. I just love that. I mean, we've rap already been worldwide at this point, but now we're getting so intertwined in so many different lanes, and people are being recognized for stuff outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? A lot of hip hop culture and stuff like that isn't immediately synonymous with golf and stuff like that. So seeing that in that lane is dope. Like, it's really transferring across a lot of different sports, a lot of different genres and things like that. So it's dope, man. Long may it continue, bro. I want to see people on cover NHL next, bro. We need to be everywhere. We need to be on some cricket and rugby games next, bro. I need 50 Cent on a rugby game. Dead ass, bro.
For sure.
It's a game. But all right, man. Let's move on to the main stories for this week, starting with the word that we finally have on the next Assassin's Creed experience. This time, we are heading into ancient Baghdad with the new title, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, rumors and key art point to Basim, who is a character in AC Valhalla, being the main character as the story focuses on him in his youth and his first contact with the Hidden Ones. That's going to be the main focal point of the story. It's also been said that this is a lot of back to basics gameplay elements for the series, possibly steering away from some RPG elements that have been present, since Origins, and adding some older pieces in. I've heard throwing knives. I've heard a couple of different things that were supposed to be added into the mix. We're set to learn a lot more about this at Ubisoft Forward on September 10th. But thoughts on AC Mirage?
I think the Assassin's Creed game needs to take more time between their games. And by that, and I know that we're not in a yearly release anymore, which I don't know why we ever were, but I think that the Assassin's Creed games need like God of War levels of time between their games. And I know that that's a big ask. Like, hey, I want you to not make a game for like essentially almost like 10 years or whatever. I can't remember when the God of War came out in 2016 and the new one drops this year. That's 6 years.
It was like and that was like 18 and now.
Okay, 18. So it's like 4 years.
4.5. Yeah, like 4.5.
I believe Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out in 2020, and this one is coming out this year, next year. That's 3. I don't know. Like, I just don't see enough innovation between the titles to really justify really getting back into Assassin's Creed. The thing is, like, I like the franchise, but if the gameplay is good, the story is lacking. If the story is good, the gameplay is lacking. Like, I'm never really captivated. I'll never get the full package from these games anymore. So like, am I excited? I'm excited to see what they do. They're not getting any pre-orders out of me until I see some real good changes. I will say this I don't want to say I'm unbiased or I'm biased or whatever. Like, I was never really a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. 2 was really good. 3 had some great systems, but kind of a whack story. I kind of got lost in all the nonsense. I love the gameplay of 3 though. None of the newer ones really captured. I started a lot of them. Like, I've played a little bit of a lot of them, and none of them have really grabbed me and were like, this is what we need to play more of, So we'll see. I would love to see what they have in store. Like, man, I'm still open-minded, but Assassin's Creed is it's kind of gotten the McDonald's treatment. I loved it as a kid, but now as an adult, I know that there's better options for me.
Interesting analogy, bro. For me, it's like, this is like the filler. This is like the kind of filler episode. You know what I'm saying? It still could be a really, really good game, but in the sense of the timeline, you know what I'm saying? Like, AC Infinity is supposed to drop at some point after this. So putting this sandwich in, right before you put out AC Infinity, or let us know whatever live service, whatever huge revolutionary Assassin's Creed project this is going to be, this kind of just puts a little damper on AC Mirage. Cause I'm like, it just feels like, you know what I'm saying? Again, the character Basim is pulled from AC Valhalla. You see him in a couple, parts. Interesting character, but it feels like you just pulled him as extra DLC because he's a little bit younger. You said the map around Baghdad, make it a little bit smaller. Technically, from that standpoint, it's probably easier job for Ubisoft to do because they've been doing these massive worlds. So for them to just pull and adjust certain things to make, that ancient Baghdad setting and then put him in there, it's not that big of a leap for them, I don't think. So I feel like the job is, feasible and stuff like that. I don't know how far they're going to go back to basics and remove RPG elements. We'll see what that is. I've heard, sometimes they'll add a couple old features, but sometimes like maybe an overhaul. Most of it's going to go. Nobody knows yet for sure. We're going to have to see when the actual gameplay drops. But the actual context of it being before AC Infinity, and we know AC Infinity is coming, it puts a damper on it for me. It puts a little bit of a damper on it. Maybe I'll be interested, when the price drops, if it's like a smaller experience, if it's like 25, 30 hours, I'd honestly be more interested in picking it up, because like, okay, it's an insular, more of a tight experience. It's not like a whole 100+ hours and I got to go discover everything down and be like level 805 and go fight, some crazy motherfuckers like a whole like week later of straight gameplay, just straight, like if I didn't sleep for a week and then I beat the story. Nah, man, that's too much for me, bro. But if it's like 30 hours or less, 30, maybe 35, I think that's a pretty dope experience. A good way to kind of, again, just have a nice little tight offering and get ready for Assassin's Creed Infinity. You know what I'm saying? So timing, not the best, but hopefully it's a pretty interesting story and it changes some things up from the formula that we're getting, because the RPG thing, I feel like in isolation, it's good. But the fact that we've been getting it, game after game over this smaller period since like 2017, it's been a lot. I feel like it's been a lot of saturation for them specifically. So maybe a change up is needed. This maybe could be the transitional period for that, to kind of experiment. What do people want? Do they want to stay RPG? Do they want to go more back to basics. I think this is kind of an experimental ground for them in terms of figuring out what's next, since it's so closely linked to Valhalla and not. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see how Mirage received and what details we get, but hopefully it turns out good.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
100%, fingers crossed. All right, on to the next story. So Twitter news. Twitter took to the Bird app to announce that they are testing the edit tweet feature, the much debated, requested, hated, however you want to slice it feature. It will of course let people make changes to their published tweets for up to 30 minutes after it was posted. After that, there is a trail of edits shown publicly so people can see what changed in each post. That seems to be the logistics of what they're what they're putting in this feature. But the catch is, edits are going to be locked behind Twitter Blue. So you got to pay $4.99 a month to get access to any of those features. So thoughts on this and how they're going about it?
I don't really go viral that often, or I don't even really get a lot of traction on a lot of my tweets because I just be tweeting whatever. I'll just delete it and repost it. I'm good. Thank you. I will not be subscribing. I appreciate it. $5 to edit something is crazy when you think about it in terms of like, I think Disney Plus might only be $8 a month. You're telling me I can get the entire library of Disney Plus TV shows and movies for $8, or for $5 I can fix a mistake. Nah, I live with a lot of my mistakes. I'll keep it pushing.
And the craziest shit is, it could be like one typo, bruh. It'd be one. You paying $5 a month for one typo, bruh.
I'll just reread it before I post it.
Crazy, bro. Like I promise you, the duck is not that like stressful, bro. Having duck there is not that stressful. I'm pretty sure people get that now. Like that's wild. $5 a month, bro. Like I understand the edit feature is there, and I feel like in a sense, how they're doing it without the paywall and stuff like that, I feel like it's a decent way of doing it. As long as you continue to show that trail of how the edits were made. Because if somebody says something wow and then they changed it, nah. We need to see the receipts, my boy. We need to see the receipts of everything you just said. Because you could have just called me a slur or something like that, called me a gamer word, and then you just fix it and say, hey man, I think the new Valorant's a really good game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? They could have switched it up immediately. I want to see exactly what was there. So I like that they're adding the trail. I like that they're giving a time limit to those edits, so you're not, harping over and stuff like that. Give people, time, but not enough time for them to, go back and change their statements a day later. That's cool. But then you add this context of, put it behind Twitter Blue. I'm not paying for that bullshit. I'm not paying for it. I'm going to delete my tweet or add asterisk, fix the word right under it in a reply for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean, bro? $4.99. That's like three or something big chickens. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I listen, bro. Tweaking. To the Twitter app is tweaking.
1000%. I would not invest.
Honestly, awesome. That shit, bro. I'm about to say, man, I'm gonna take my shit to Instagram. You think it's a game, bro? Put that shit behind the paywall, bro. I can edit my post for free on Instagram.
Yeah, you could. Hopefully. I mean, I would just be wrong. I'm fine with that.
Like literally, bro. We take L's every day, B. We take L's every day. Anywho, this week, Sony dropped some news that they have acquired a new mobile studio in Savage Gaming, which also is filled with veterans in that specific field of course, mobile game development. And Savage now joins a new wing of PlayStation, dubbed the mobile division, that will help push the tempo on the mobile market at large. So, thoughts on this?
It's cool for the people who like mobile gaming. I think this is great for the people who like mobile gaming. If you're somebody like me who has a Switch, this probably doesn't really reign. Like, this probably is just like, who cares? But there are a lot of people who play games on their phones. Even when I was younger and I didn't have like a Switch or I didn't have money for a mobile game, I used to play a lot of Hearthstone on my iPod Touch. Like, there's avenues for this, and I think that it's sick. And I'm happy that they're like bringing in a new division to deal with this, not to deal with it, but to make things for it, as opposed to like making another company that we like make mobile games. So like, I think they're doing this the right way. Do I think that there are other areas where Sony really needs to focus on? I 1000% think that there are. Like, I think PlayStation Plus could use a little bit of TLC. But hey, if you want to put games on the cell phones, sure, bro. What do I know?
No, listen. So from the pure looking at this on plain text, seeing it on paper, it makes complete sense. They dropped the Backbone 1, their little their controller mobile thing about a month ago or something like that, maybe a few weeks ago. And now they launch an entirely new mobile division. It's clear to see from a business standpoint, they're trying to capitalize on the mobile market. They're a late mover, but they got enough weight in the game to be like, yo, listen, we're PlayStation, come buy our shit, and people will buy their shit. So they're trying to make a heavy swing into it. First, they dropped an accessory, then now they're about to drop full games in the next couple of years. They know their strategy, and I think it's a smart way to get in. Honestly, you acquire a studio, they have veterans, they know what they're doing, they've made mobile games before. You put them, the pipeline's already up. You're going to focus on existing and new PlayStation IPs. They got the name value attached to them. It makes sense on paper. What I'm interested in finding out is how will some of their games function? Will they have certain focuses? Will they try? Well, this is only one studio. Of course, they'll add more. But how is Savage going to, again, apply certain things? It's going to be like one of those gotcha type games in a PlayStation world. So I got to use energy for a survival game or something like that. It's like Days Gone. I got to spend like 15 energy per day. I got to wait on a cooldown. Or is it going to be more major authentic PlayStation style stuff without the recharge elements and buying these little points things? It's interesting to see what they might do. But I will say for the general consumer, for me, I think this it's a good thing. It's a good thing. They're getting into mobile. We might see some actually dope quality stuff coming from their end. Now that they have a dedicated division to this, they can pull some really good ideas from however many different franchises they have, bro. Like so many. So it's nice to see, but I think it was pretty obvious from when we saw the Backbone 1 that they were going to invest heavily in this area, because I feel like they wouldn't just drop an accessory and not have a platform to support it at some point down the line. Like if you read between the lines, you knew it was coming. And again, it's like, as long as it doesn't take away from the actual development of those studios or doing like the console games and the PC games and like the main joints, y'all good. Y'all got it. I think this is fine, and hopefully some good games will come from it.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, man. Because I'm about to say, bro, if y'all butcher some shit, bro, if y'all put Jack X Racing behind an energy paywall, I'll actually drop kick somebody. I will fly out to PlayStation offices and I'll DDT somebody right there at the main floor. They're gonna have to escort me out. I might get DDT, bro.
I played that game for the first time like a while back. Not bad, but not a Jack game. Like not what I wanted from my Jack games.
100% was not the Jack game you would expect, but it was enough to hold me over when I was a child, so I'll take it.
It was like Ratchet and Clank Deadlock. Like Deadlock was way better than Jack X, but it was one of those like, oh, they're trying something new.
I never.
But like,
I heard of Deadlock, but I never played Deadlock.
It was just like, yo, we're gonna make Ratchet and Clank a multiplayer shooter, and it was fun at times, but it wasn't like I wanted more. Like I want a story. I want that. Like this was just like, yo, let's see if we can make these studios do something different outside of the normal thing. And some of it works, some of it doesn't.
Yeah, it's fair. Some hits, some misses, but hopefully the mobile division can cook out, cook up some fire and push it out in the next few years. Moving on to one of the big updates from this week. We got some news on Halo Infinite, y'all, and the roadmap and what to expect next. We got word that there will be some major winter updates that will include Forge mode, 2 new maps, online co-op and mission replay, a new battle pass, new modes, and more. And that's going to be from November 8th to March 7th, 2023. And then after that, Season 3 of Halo Infinite will kick off March 7th, 2023 with new maps for arena and big team battles, the brand new gun, which is the M392 Bandit, which is a DMR, I believe, new equipment, 100-tier battle pass, new modes, and more. Now, there were some catches to this, with split screen co-op being canceled for co-op campaign, and the new content will start to roll out in November. So, I mean, what's the take, man? What's the take? What's going on with Halo Infinite, bruh?
I'm trying to like word this as nice as I can.
Nah, man, don't forget that niceness, bro. Say it from the chest. Say it from the chest.
Halo's dead. Like I really hope at one point in my career somebody clips this and roasts me on TikTok and proves how wrong I am. But it's just not gonna happen because Halo's dead. Like we just don't have, like, Forge mode is cool, but I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Like I like games like Valheim and survival games where you build out your own stuff. games like Halo and Call of Duty, I don't want to have to do the work of the developers. I don't want to have to make them the fun game modes. I don't want to have to do XYZ. If you're creative, this is an awesome mode for you. I'm happy for you. I will not be really be playing it, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll be playing some games on it, but I will not be making anything for this game. 2 new maps is abysmal at this point, especially since the fact that like you can pull maps from other Halo games. I don't think people are really going to be that upset if you rework some of the maps to make it fit Infinite, because Halo Infinite, if I'm not mistaken, I thought it was going to be like the end all be all for Halo multiplayer. I thought it was going to be like a culmination of everything. So it just feels like there's just not a lot really there for me. New battle pass, don't really care. Like the first battle pass was ass. I don't know if they fixed it since then, but that shit was not fun to grind whatsoever. March 7th is insane. You know how many games are coming out between now and March 7th? You know how many things I could be doing between now? I could be dead between now and March 7th. Like there's so much time in that span. And you're telling me the thing I gotta look forward to is one new gun? Man, I'm good. I'm very good. Halo, thanks for trying, man. Maybe you guys should have waited like an extra year. I don't think it would have killed you guys, honestly. Halo would have been sick because it was free to play anyways. Like, it would have been nuts, but you guys rushed it, and here we are. You are now forgotten. Welcome. Welcome.
Damn, bro. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. You know the funniest thing? I saw an article the other day, too. It was an old article, but somebody brought it back up on the timeline. It was about Phil Spencer saying, well, I know how we were talking about Halo needs to be that cornerstone game for Xbox, especially with this new console dropping. And then Phil Spencer was like, nah. In that article, he was like, nah, Halo doesn't really have to be a be-all, end-all game right now. It doesn't have to be that, the end of the line type of thing. And the funniest shit is, I feel like he was insinuating patience there. You know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to tell him have patience, but they still rushed it. And now we're having all this piecemeal stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you're only gonna feed us like twice in like 5 months. That's kind of crazy if you ask me. If you're gonna have a free game with post-launch content, you are only gonna feed me twice in 5 months. That is insane, bro. That's wild when you think about it. Like, look at this. So they decide, okay, we're gonna drop Forge Mode. Forge Mode's been getting a lot of buzz and stuff like that. People been dropping their little custom stuff in the early flight tests. It's been getting a lot of traction. Cool. Yeah. Let's drop it in November. Beginning of November, that's cool. Okay, this game comes out. God of War comes out in November. Probably in the same like 5 day span. I think it comes out like either earlier or after. Like that Ragnarok comes out, Call of Duty is gonna be in full swing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be off the juice of MW2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, October 28th. So they're gonna be already juiced up off that stuff for the week. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff in between. If I bring up the actual release schedule, November again is gonna be so packed, and so you're already up against a wave of competition. And Forge can't be the only thing that saves you. Forge cannot be the only thing that saves you in that instance, bro. It makes no sense how you just leave that up. Again, 2 new maps, and again, online co-op, mission replay for the campaign. That's cool. Everybody done played it already, whatever. And the craziest thing is, there was another article that, and then they talked about this as well in 2017 or something like that. They said every iteration of Halo from that point in the future will have split screen co-op, and they just lied. They just said, hey, we do not have it, and it's canceled. So, like, what y'all doing? Y'all lied on that. Y'all delayed this stuff to a whole wave of other games that are probably going to take precedent, and then you wait till your new season. We're only 3 seasons, bro. 3 seasons. And then the 3rd season comes out in 2023. By March 2023, like 3 different major game releases are going to happen. At least minimum 3. Bare minimum 3. That is crazy. Do you not see that? Do you not see how wild that looks?
Like,
bro,
there's so many oh god, you got Dead Space Forspoken. Like, I'm just looking at a list of things. Dead Space Forspoken, Dead Island 2. Remember the people who played the first few Halos? Oh yeah, their expansion for their game is coming out. Destiny 2 Lightfall. it's tough, bro. It's tough. Resident Evil 4 remake. It's tough, bro.
Bro, it's not, and this is just 2020. It's not even end of 2022, man.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's another.
Oh my god.
Splatoon in like next week is Splatoon. Like, oh my god,
this is not good for them, bro. Like again, Forspoken, Dead Space, Dead Island 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Sons of the Forest. I think they got a bit of a delay, possibly. Destiny 2, Lightfall, Blank. I'm about to say Blank is a good one. I'm about to say that's a good indie game. I'm pretty sure we talked about that. Resident Evil 4, March 24th. They're literally in between everything in the month that they released a new season, and that's just a new season. That's not even what they're doing in November, bruh. That's crazy.
In November they have to compete with Pokemon.
Oh my god.
They have to compete with Pokemon. God of War. Dark Tide is my personal favorite, so like I don't
Dark
think
Tide gonna be a sleeper though.
Like
Dark
that's
Tide
what I'm
gonna
saying.
be a
Like
sleeper.
there's a lot of shit coming. The Callisto Protocol in December. My God, bro. I would have just waited. I would have just waited,
bro. Like it's not good. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good.
No, it's not.
Oh my gosh, Humankind, Harvestella, Sonic as well. Sonic Frontiers literally. Sonic Frontiers is the day after. Sonic Frontiers is the day after they drop. They're done. And God of War's the 9th. It's the 9th. They're finished, bro. They're finished. Son, they are done. They are done. Valkyrie Elysium on the 11th. I'm about to say, bro. Oh my goodness. Goat Simulator on the 17th. Some people go, it's probably gonna get more buzz on the day. Evil West. Oh my goodness. They're finished. They're done. They done for. Yo, let me get close. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Yo, listen, bro. Your fans are taking different FPS games, strategy games, all that, bro. It's a wrap, bro. Word to the man Castillo, bro. It's done. It's done. Y'all finished, bro. Halo is. And the craziest thing is, bro, if they would have known way back before they dropped that multiplayer beta or the multiplayer segment of Halo right after Battlefield 2042 had that flop start. If they would have known, maybe we should like just chill out and not do anything. Maybe we should just like calm down and back it up so that they aren't expecting everything from us because we still don't have everything done. If we waited just like another, if we waited a year, honestly, what would be the difference?
I think, and this is a problem I've had with the gaming industry since the PlayStation 4 era is where I really started seeing this. Building up hype trains that you cannot deliver. The only people that I saw doing it right, and Nintendo doesn't do a lot of shit right. I promise you that. Just is my witness. They don't. The only thing that they can do really well is shut the fuck up about shit and then release a trailer when it's going to be out. Like it is like, hey, here is a game you did not think was coming out. The game will now be releasing 3 months from now, like, or 6 months from now. Like you don't need to announce Halo with that ugly ass like alien dude that you guys did that one year. Like you don't need to announce it if it's not ready. You don't need to have Keanu Reeves at your thing if your game is buggy as hell. You need to chill and shut up. Like that way we don't have to worry about. I was just talking to my boy the other day because I was like, man, I can't wait till Dark Tide comes out in September. And then I realized it doesn't come out in September anymore. It comes out in November now because they delayed the game. And it got delayed. This is like the second or third time it got delayed. And that's when I realized, like, damn, this is what this kind of stuff does to you. Is that like when your game keeps getting delayed and when you're trying to hype it up, it only confuses the consumer because they're like, when does this come out anymore? Like, I don't even like. It's no longer on my radar if I don't know when it's going to be released.
100%.
God forbid
a few options from that point.
God forbid I pre-order the game too, because then I'm gonna be really fucking pissed.
100%. You already sent them money. Like it's crazy to see how quickly people jump the gun because they see a little buzz, even though they know internally their game is not ready to support content every few weeks, and especially with the free game. Like I understand people like, oh, it's a free game, you should be enjoying this, blah 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 blah, this that, and the third. But if you're not an experience that is literally ready to give people new, refreshed content, they're going to move on from you. Consumers have the right to move on to whatever they want. And if
Yeah.
you don't have enough to sustain them, that's your bad. That's
Yeah.
your bad. And then 343 willingly knew this. They did not have enough to support them, bro. They don't even have Griffball in the game yet. They don't got Griffball in there. Dunzo, bro. Like, it's crazy. I was holding out so much hope for them, bro. I was personally holding out so much hope because I love Halo. You know what I'm saying? If you know, it's a staple, bro. It's a staple. Most people who play this game actually really love this game, but they know it shoots itself in the foot almost every single time with issues like this. Like, if it was an issue down to like okay, it's people in the community is being off or something like that, whatever, that could have been passable. But this is a solely 343 issue that has come back to bite them in the ass. They decided to pull the trigger too early, and now they don't have enough in the clip to keep everybody at bay. It's as simple as that. And now they are subject to, you know, getting put under the massive wave of different releases. They decided to drop in the middle of November. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. You need to stick to a summer schedule, bro. They're like, if you don't have enough content, you just need to banish yourself to a summer period. Just banish yourself to the summer. That's literally all you need to do.
You shouldn't speak unless it's from May to July. I don't want to hear anything from you. Even August is too hype for you right now. We'll work our way up to August, but from May to July, that's what I want to hear my Halo announcements. That's what I want to talk about that game. That's
your window when nobody else is talking, bro. Then you're good to go and let us know if it's not by the end of this year. Don't even speak. Don't even speak, bro. That's why I had a good comment, bro, on a video of mine the other day, bro, about Little Devil Inside, bro. You know that one little open world survival adventure game that got announced it was announced for mad times.
A generation ago, it feels like. My father was watching the thing. I feel like at this point,
like a minute ago. But you see how they shut up?
Yeah,
because they have a whole bunch of stuff that they have to do. I got some information from somebody in the chat, and I looked into it. He's like, oh yeah, they have the whole like little engine switch. Is like, you know, they got to fix, you know, bring some old architecture up to like the new standard and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that they're fixing in the background, so they just calm down with it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like you don't have to, because you're a bigger name or whatever status your name is, whatever part of the development process is. Just because you have buzz does not mean you have to toot your own horn and push towards a certain date that you're not ready for. You know what I'm saying? Look at Black Myth Wukong, bro. If you want a prime example of this, they just shut up, drop some gameplay every now and again, and when you hear the date, you will hear the date. That's it. Nintendo release. The prime example again. Pokemon. You will hear announcement trailer. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Nintendo showcase, a treehouse, one more trailer, the game is out.
Or even
it's a constant flow. You're not gonna miss.
Even like the Mega Man release when we didn't even know anything. We watched the director like, yo, it's coming out in October. I was like, okay, that's all I need. Thank you.
Facts. You got not a thing, and then you heard Battle Network, all 10 games, blah blah blah. This coming out this year. That's all you need to know. Bing bang boom, it's done. Everybody's hyped, and we know we have a definitive date. They shut up until stuff was really, really lined up, bruh. And I understand there's business pressure, corporate pressure, whatever you want to say, stock prices, blah, blah, blah. But if people really understood what's going on, stockholders wouldn't be that up in arms. They probably is dipping out now because stuff went left. But if it was a definite, clear process of, yo, listen, this game has to be ready. I understand Microsoft has this thing. If I was Phil Spencer, I would have sat them down. I would have had a clear look at them before they even dropped that stuff before 2042. I would have been like, listen, do y'all think it's ready right now? Do y'all think it's really ready? And I know the answer would have been no. Sit down for another year. We'll figure it out. It's cool. We're buying a bunch of studios. We'll make something else happen, bro. We'll run some Fallout stuff, bro. Run Fallout 76 because I'm about to say we always have enough Fallout 76, bro. I'll take the L this year. I will take the L this year just to make sure y'all are good. I think this was a bigger ball drop than people are noticing right now, in my opinion, bro. Because what else is in the interim? What's as big as Halo on Xbox side? You know what I'm saying, that they don't have yet, aside from Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Aside from Call of Duty, their biggest bargaining chip right now is the marketing of the Game Pass. And while that's important and very smart for what they're trying to achieve, they need to have a game that has a bigger marketing push than the Game Pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They need to come forth with the games first. The game is before Game Pass, literally in the statement. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a big ball drop on Halo Infinite's part, man.
For sure.
Shameful. All right. Got that off my chest, bro. That was a therapy session.
No, for sure.
All right. Moving on to other news real quick. I'm about to say, I'll check it. What's it called? I got a report from VGC magazine that talked a little bit about how there's been some traction and a potential thought towards reviving the SNK versus Capcom series with a new installment. Now, after some SNK Capcom special posters were shown off at this year's EVO, both sides of the collaboration seem to be aware of the interest the community has towards a new SNK versus Capcom game. Now, what's it called? Yasuyuki Oda, producer / designer for a few SNK projects, namely King of Fighters 15 as of late, stated, quote, definitely in the future, that's something that I think about, that I think everybody on all sides in both parties are interested in making a reality. Now, I'll throw this to you. How do you feel about this news and the potential of it making a comeback?
So I remember I played SNK, I want to say way back when I was like in my retro, like I was really like looking through retro games. I played a bunch of the King of Fighters, like the early 90s, like the 90s ones. I think that the SNK versus Capcom games are, I think all of the Capcom collaboration games are really, really good. I think that this is actually would be a really, really good way to revive the versus Capcom or the versus Street Fighter series. Just because it's a franchise that it reached heights with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3, and then kind of died with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We haven't really seen Marvel collabing with anybody. We had Marvel vs. Tekken, but that game died as well. So I think that returning to its roots and starting back from the beginning would be an amazing, amazing way of doing it. I think that they could pull this off. I think honestly, with a game like this, where they'll have more control and more collaboration with a company that actually wants to do it, because Marvel vs. Capcom is difficult because of the Disney problem. Well, not even problem, but like you have to work through Disney with them. Marvel vs. Tekken didn't take off because of like really bad ideas on some of the parts. But I think that if they can show off like, yo, SNK versus Capcom is a really, really good game, I think a lot more people will be more willing to like invest back into the versus Capcom series.
Listen, I speak generally, bruh, because I'm not the most foremost fighting game expert, but the street's been missing a collab game.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. When's the last time we really had a big collab game aside from what's it called? Injustice or Mortal Kombat versus DC, you know what I'm saying? Like past that point, like a real like, okay, this name versus this name, you know what I'm saying? Like Injustice is the last one I can count. Injustice 2. You know what I'm saying? That's the last one I can possibly kind of count.
And even then, that's not even like a collab, because it's just DC.
It's all within the DC network. You know what I'm saying? And that's it doesn't count yet.
Yeah, it threw Scorpion in there, but it's not really like, I wouldn't consider it a collab. I'm trying to think of like a really good one, because Smash I wouldn't even consider a collab, because it's just one
Smash
big
is not,
collab.
It's under one house. Yeah, it's under one house, and that's one character. It's not like an entire roster they brought with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's been, I think the last major one I think off the top of my head was that one, what's it called?
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I think, is the only one that I can think of right now.
Infinite was definitely fresher than Mortal Kombat versus DC. But Mortal Kombat, I was MVC Infinite, we don't talk about. I was say, so yeah, I mean the street's been really missing it, man. Like a real full-fledged type of collab experience with those two, like, you know, with two full out rosters from two different IPs. And again, you see the interest is there. You see, again, the both sides are familiar with each other. They talk with each other. You know what I'm saying? Again, from the article that we saw from Video Game Chronicle, seem that they're in constant contact, you know, about some of these things. They constantly, you know, they're in different circles. They're having dinners together. So the conversation beats are there. It's just now down to them to act on it, bro. I think who was it? I think it was Jay Wong or something, Justin Wong. And he was like, yeah, let me know whatever capacity I need to be to make this happen. Like he was like, just let me know what I gotta do to get some wheels on this. And I'm like, people are behind this, man. I feel like the collab fighting game is it's been a big miss. You know what I'm saying? It's been a big hole in the FGC in general over the past few years. I feel like that would take a lot of things to the next level, especially now with the internet and stuff like that. Everybody so more interconnected than ever. You know what I'm saying? That would really be a dope inclusion, 100%. And I know there's gonna be some time in between, you know, because Street Fighter 6 is coming. They got the new Fatal Fury game that they wanted to drop. So they, you know, development details are coming out about that. So there's gonna be some time, of course, but since we have this spark, I think there will be something like this coming in the future, and it's gonna have a big splash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
100%. 100. All right, all right. Moving on to the trailer trove, baby. You know what I'm saying? The segment where we go through a lot more watchable media. You know what I'm saying? Got a few stories here. Let's look at this first and foremost. In the MCU casting realm, with only a few days left until D23, which is also next week in September. Damn, we're about to get a lot of news. Rumors are spinning up about the Fantastic Four cast, and namely the actor Penn Badgley, aka Joe from You, being tapped to play Reed Richards in the upcoming Marvel movie and further MCU franchise. Now, I mean, thoughts on this? I know these rumor talks, these casting talks have been going on for literally forever and a day. They're going to be put to rest next week when we actually have some more information on this. But you know, how do you feel about this one?
I think that'd be a sick. I think that'd be a sick casting. I didn't think about it, but I think he brings something to. I think he fits literally the mo that they're looking for, which is like good actor, not big, but with potential. I think him as Reed Richards would be very interesting because he did a really good job in You. And I would actually be down for that. Because we need to think about, like, I know we loved Jim from The Office.
Krasinski.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I know that we loved him as Reed Richards. It was cool. It was fun. But when you think about it long term, they're looking for people who are willing to do this for a decade. Like, you have to be willing to be in the character, in the costume for a long time. And he seems like somebody who is young enough to be here for a while and available enough for that. And on top of all those things, like, he seems like, I just think he's just a young actor. He's a really good actor too. So I actually think that this would really be a really good casting.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Just looking from the look of him, bro. Like, he looks like a Reed Richards, bro. He looks like a Reed Richards. He look like he could be, you know what I'm saying, arrogant at times, calculated. He looks the part 100%. And especially on the availability tip, bro. Like, he's going to be the focal point of a lot of this conflict, bro. Because we know Secret Wars is coming. The Kang, you know what I'm saying, Kang the Conqueror, his whole saga is going to be happening a bit down the line. It's going to start soon. So Reed Richards got to be a really impactful actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be like in terms of, like, you know, TV time in some ways. He's going to be in the upper parts. He's going to probably have the most, like, speaking time and, like, involvement in stories and whatnot going down into future movies. So it's got to be somebody that's heavy hitting in a sense, bro. But and I feel like Penn, he hits it. He foots the bill. He foots the bill. You know what I'm saying? So I like this casting 100%. I'm more interested to see the rest of the castings to keep it a buck with you. You know, I don't know who would fill what. I have absolutely no idea who would be Sue, who would be Johnny, and who would be Ben. So I mean, I'm interested, bro. I know I rock with Fantastic Four, so we're gonna have to see next week at D23.
Yeah, I think that time will tell.
100%, 100%. All right, moving down to this other story that we have, and the last story in the trailer trove. According to The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson, his personal trilogy in the Star Wars universe is still very much confirmed and will happen, but it's just on the back burner. So Johnson is currently preoccupied with Knives Out 2 at the moment, but Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy said she remains in close contact with Rian Johnson and says it will be set to happen at some point in the future if things do not change currently. So the plan is for him to have his own trilogy at some point. I mean, thoughts on this? I know The Last Jedi was received a certain way and people was like, you know, that's one of those real contentious movies in the Star Wars universe. So I don't know how you feel about this.
You could have another trilogy. Just base it so far into the future that the previous one doesn't matter. And by so far into the future, I mean, like, probably, I don't think anybody should be alive, kind of thing. Maybe, like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys want from Star Wars anymore, and I don't even know if the people who make Star Wars know what they want from Star Wars anymore. I've kind of given up hope, but I also haven't seen the show, so I could be wrong.
Listen, I was really gonna spring for a dad joke right there, but you lucky I got sense today. You lucky I'm not trying to be an old ass man today. I just want to let you know that right now. But my first instinct is I agree with you. We probably need to go somewhere literally far, far away, no pun intended, but dead ass, like, as far as the Skywalker saga as possible. Get away from that. Because as we've seen, all the heat right now has been with stuff that has nothing to do with Skywalkers necessarily, except for Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's a different thing. I was about to say. You know what I'm saying? The majority of it is dealing with other Star Wars stories. That's what's been the crux of it. Now, there may be one other thing which I think is very unlikely, but if they do have some type of post, Skywalker trilogy that gives some type of retcon to Finn and actually makes him the center of a trilogy or something like that, I wouldn't be mad at that personally. If you gave my man his redemption and actually turned him into a Jedi and actually expand on him being force sensitive and stuff, I would personally not be mad at that.
Yeah, that
That's
would be
just
cool.
me. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know how he got hold. It was bad. It was very bad. And I still curse the name of Star Wars to this day for doing that to my mans, bro. Curse the people at Lucasfilm for even pump faking on my boy like that. That's crazy. Because he should have been the focal point of the last saga. But that's neither here nor there. If we can take this, if Rian Johnson sees this, you know what I'm saying, not the podcast, but like sees the ideas forming for the next next few movies, I think that needs to be one of the front running ideas, actually giving Finn his own adventure to come into his own as a Jedi. Because if you implied all this stuff and then you told us all these bits in the back end after the movie's done that, hey, I got a secret, Ray, I mean to tell you, I'm force sensitive, I can bullshit. And you not expand on it, you dumb.
Yeah.
You dumb to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. So I think there's ample room to actually make that a full story and really, again, lock in on it. So, it's just the matter of figuring out what's what, because we know it's going to happen. Some trilogy is going to happen in the future. It's just putting your money on what should be the most fruitful story and the most money generating story, which, me personally, what I'm saying, I think long term, it's the Finn story, but that's just me.
I feel you. No, I agree. I think even if they focus on characters that were like far away from the Palpatine nonsense, like and a trilogy doesn't have to be universe defying or galaxy defying. It could be something smaller, something on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
So
quite literally.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. But like I said, Star Wars is kind of on my back burner for right now. I'm just like waiting. I'm like, I'll see what happens.
Facts. I'm dead. I'm in the cut waiting for Mando season 3. That's all I'm waiting for, honestly. We'll figure the rest out after that. All right, moving out of the trailer trope into the last few stories for the pod here. We got a brand new look at God of War Ragnarok as it draws closer to its release date, overshadowing Halo Infinite. Yes, I will say it again. I got smoke for it still. Game Informer have received exclusive gameplay footage breaking down some of the new pieces of the game, including new weapon upgrades from the first game, which is shield variations, which is a Dauntless shield and a Stonewall shield. The Dauntless is more parry focused, and the Stonewall has more defense but has no parry ability. The meter builds for shield plate, which is like AoE specials or some other, special things. Elemental signature attacks for each weapon. So if you press triangle on each signature weapon, the Blades of Chaos and the Leviathan Axe, you will have a special, and they can be charged by fire and ice, dealing those status effects respectively. New enemy types, more populated worlds to kind of fill out the space, and a whole lot more. So thoughts on the new bit of gameplay that we saw?
I think it looks really cool. I actually read the stuff more than I actually watched anything. Like I want to play this game. I don't even want to know more. Like that's the thing, is like I've seen this stuff, like not necessarily in the like I already know about this stuff, but like I literally am not actively looking more into this game because it is November is only like after this. It's only really like I'll consider this month. Yeah, a month and some change away.
A month and a day, literally. Son, it's close.
It's super close, and I think this game is gonna be nuts. I can't wait, man. I really, really, really can't wait for this game.
Yeah. And I feel like they were smart to, again, they offered some tidbits on what was changing and whatnot, but they only gave like a minute 30 of a new gameplay, and it was from a part we've seen in the trailer, so they didn't show anything too new. Thank goodness. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they're not revealing the whole joint off of one little trailer story tidbit. That's good. What was I gonna say? This game, to me, for a little bit that I saw, does it look smoother to you, or is it just me? It looks smoother. It looked like he was moving mad fluidly. I don't know if it was just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the fanboy hit or something like that, but it just felt like he moved from combo to combo much smoother. You know what I'm saying? He was KOing some enemies like a lot cleaner. The vaulting, going from place to place felt good. The marking system for Atreus looked smoother to me as well. Just stuff looked a lot more polished than what we last saw it at, with the last game, bro. So, I don't know, was it just me?
No, it probably wasn't. When you think about it, they built that game for a PS4. Now this game is built for a PS5. Well, built on, you can play it on a PS4, but I could definitely see them having way smoother interactions for a lot of things because they have now more increased capacity because of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it just looked, it looked buttery, bro.
No,
It
it
looked
did.
buttery. Like to find the Leviathan attack, like it was a specific instance where he took the reptile person, he took him with the axe, dropped him down up in the air, and then finished it off with a certain little flurry. Like it looked super buttery. I was like, yo, nah, that's sexy. I need that right now. I need
Yeah.
that. I need that, bro. This game looks so good. I'm very interested to see how the shield iterations might come into play again with the Dauntless and the Stonewall shield. I like that they're giving you more options with that as well. So you can play more fit to how you want to play instead of just have the basic shield and stuff and do that. I'm glad they're giving depth to those systems as well. I'm curious to see how certain things will pull up with Atreus in the marking system. Is there anything additional to that? Like in the meter builds on certain special attack signatures as well. New enemies, hopefully looking to see more. Populated worlds also a really, really good thing because one gripe people had about the last God of War was that, okay, kind of empty. There's not really much in here aside from, the environments and stuff like that. It's not even that crazy. But again, on a new console, so hopefully that can, be assuaged. I need it. I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me come find you, Corey Barlog. Drop it on time.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. No, I'm messing around. Chill. I'm not one of them Twitter motherfuckers. I'm not one of them Twitter people. But for real though, this game does look awesome, and I'm very, very patiently waiting. Birdman hands every time I see it, baby. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I can't wait.
100%, 100. All right, on to the next story here. We got. It seems that the team behind the Portal shooter Splitgate 1047 Games is ending their development of the game in place of a brand new title that they have the desire to build in Unreal Engine 5. So they stated that there were some hurdles with older systems and processes in their development that they couldn't really address fully, or they didn't want to address and really take the next big step forward. So the team decided to make a brand new free-to-play Portal shooter game with an Unreal Engine 5 to massively increase their capabilities and unfortunately end further feature development on Splitgate. But that means all items and progression on Splitgate will remain there, and there will be a new battle pass September 15th. There's going to be some small patches and whatnot in the future, but content updates will cease after this moment. So, they're done with Splitgate pretty much. How do you feel about, how Splitgate did and, what they're going to next?
I think that they had a really good impact. Personally, I wish it would have survived a little bit longer. I honestly couldn't tell you what it would have taken for me to stay on Splitgate. The game modes were fun. A lot of it was fun, but maybe reducing the time to kill a smidge, just because you had to really be tracking like ALGS with some of these kills. Like I've gotten if I feel like Apex is the sweet spot. Like I think that's the best length. Maybe a little bit higher, but there are times I was playing Splitgate where I was just like, yo, I put half a clip in this man and he's still not dead. Like it was OD.
Yeah.
Great game. I'm happy that they're moving on to a better system, but it's definitely a little saddening to see, because the question is, will they be able to bring back that player base when the new game drops?
Yeah, and I agree. It's a very tenuous or strenuous situation when you consider they have to go away for a few years. They got to go away and actually develop this game and actually really hunker down and make it anew. And then all this time, people are not going to remember you as much. Time goes by. You might not be top of mind for the consumer and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what if you guys change your name? What if you guys, change certain things about you that, people couldn't immediately recognize? Oh, that's Splitgate. That's the same guys. You know what I mean? There's a lot of decisions that they're going to have to make on that end to make sure that they are as relevant as possible when they come back out. It's a little bit of a potential pitfall there, but hopefully they do, man. Hopefully they go back in the lab, make stuff happen to the best of their ability, make stuff better as much as they possibly can, and then come back out this way, bro. People were like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This game is going to be completely swallowed by Halo Infinite, bro, but somebody, you know what I'm saying, at least was a little bit more popping at a certain point in Halo Infinite. You could say it wasn't a complete wash when it came out.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like after like a whole month period, Halo Infinite died down. And, you know what I'm saying? Splitgate was still standing. So hey, listen, there's something to credit themselves for. And again, it's a fun free to play game that they emphasized again will remain free to play. So that's also a really big thing. Again, if they just keep bolstering the features, bolstering the smoothness of the gameplay, they're going to be in a fine spot, man. 1047 actually a really, really dope developer. You know, they've had a really great start. I know we talked about it before the podcast, like talk about, hey, listen, they should have took that Epic money, but hey, listen, things happen for a reason. And I really hope to see him back in the future.
Yeah, me too, because that game was gas, and I honestly hope that the next one,
bro.
yeah, it's still good. Like, it's still a very fun game. If you haven't played it, I would recommend playing it and checking it out. It just
that was one of the I was about to say that was one of the first YouTube videos I even dropped, bro. We had those Splitgate sessions and stuff.
Yeah,
that bat was crazy.
It was fun.
It was super super fun, man. I really really enjoy Splitgate, and again, they're gonna keep it alive. They're gonna keep it alive for as long as possible, but they're gonna be moved on to the next best thing. So yeah, hopefully we'll see it back and better than ever in the future.
Yeah.
100. All right, man. You know, we can't go one episode by without putting on the tinfoil hat a little bit, man. Tinfoil time yet again, but this time it's for Konami. They've taken the time to speak to a few news outlets and say that a beloved world famous franchise is making an appearance on the Tokyo Game Show stage in the coming weeks. Now, that one question, man, what could it be?
My knee-jerk reaction is Castlevania. And just because world famous, I think when I think of world famous, I think Castlevania is more world famous because of not only because of Castlevania is just one of those granddaddies, but it's also like came out on like Netflix has blown that game's popularity up.
Yeah.
So like I think it has to be Castlevania. If it's not, I'm gonna be surprised, but my money's on Castlevania.
I think that's a really, really good bet. Honestly, I was not thinking of Castlevania when you put it that way, bro. When's the last time they had? Was it Lords of Shadow? Was that the last one? No. This one in 2019, Castlevania Grimoire of Souls. Where did this even drop? Oh, this is a phone game.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, there's no way I would have known about it.
That don't count. I don't give a damn. Nobody says that shit does not count to me.
Yeah. I think Lord of Shadows 2 was the last
game
one.
Here.
Oh, no.
This one,
Despair.
Ritual of the Night. They're saying this Ritual of the Night joint came out. It launched on PS4, I guess. I don't know exactly. You know what I'm saying, how it got there, but it says 2019. But I'm gonna say realistically, the last big one that we got of major note was Lords of Shadow. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Lord of Shadows 2 was the last one that was. Lord of Shadow 1 was the best one. 2 was the last big one.
So it's been a minute since I guess Castlevania in general has been in the big stage. It's been on the biggest, I guess, lane of hype, so to speak. So yeah. I kind of agree with you. Man.
Ritual of the Night wasn't a Castlevania game.
Was it not?
That's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That is a game made by the creator of Castlevania.
Oh, it's a spiritual successor.
Yes.
Got it. So yeah, it was definitely. So it was Lords of Shadow. It was Lords of Shadow. Okay. All right. Cool. So my mind was not playing tricks on me. All right. Cool. That makes sense. But yeah, no, I kind of agree. I kind of think it is Castlevania when you think about how much it definitely has garnered since the TV show. Since the TV series on Netflix. It's hard to think of what else could really come in its place, and without them getting super pissed. If it's Metal Gear Solid, people gonna be pissed off because they already know. You already know that's a no go, bruh. That's a no go. Metal Gear Survive. After that, they said, nah, shut it down. We don't want to see nothing from y'all without Kojima on it. So, yeah, it's already. Look at this man. I feel the pain.
If it is, the only way I will not be mad if it's Metal Gear is if they're porting it to PC. If it's a new collection ported to PC, I will not be upset. But if it's anything other than that, I don't want it.
I mean, the only two world-renowned joints that could really be is Castlevania or that. Like when you think about it, man, what are you gonna do? eFootball, Bomberman, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. These aren't crazy enough to be talking about in publications weeks before. Like, hey, this is gonna be crazy. The streets gonna love this. It's gonna be crack, baby. Like Silent Hill.
I don't even really think that's world renowned, but like it's a sleeper. I think it's a
I
great
think
franchise, but I don't think it's like
I think
big.
it's big, but not big enough to be described mainstream world renowned. It's definitely one of the biggest cult classics of all time, and like an actual like, great franchise.
Yeah,
Like
world
it's up
famous
there,
isn't what I would use to describe
but
it.
yeah, it still might be pretty niche to the general audience and stuff like that. So I don't know. It could be, man. You never know with these cryptic things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo once said, "Hey, yo, listen, we got a banger for this Nintendo Direct," and then they dropped like what was it? Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Then they dropped another one that was like Chibi Robo, and I was like, okay, you guys are just bullshitting. Cool,
I mean,
thanks, guys.
I
So
mean,
we
Tropical
never know. You
Freeze.
never know what's going on with these gaming companies. You actually have no idea. It could be a lot, but we'll see. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, man. All right. Let's move down to some other news here as we approach the closing date of Gotham Knights. That release point, we're getting a clearer picture of what to expect from the game, and especially from the co-op standpoint. So we got some word that co-op is 100% untethered, meaning that two players can roam however they want in the world and wouldn't have to be kind of tied to each other in the same area. So, to explain a little bit, you could be in one location, somebody can be in a whole other one, and they can just pull up on you whenever. They can complete story missions separately. You can, fight crime separately, do all these little things here and there, and not be tied to another one by location. So, level discrepancy and potential story repeats from other player worlds are addressed as well. So there's going to be relative level scaling. If you're in another player's lobby, it's like super like higher level than you or something like that. This is going to scale relatively to you to some degree. And there's going to be options to skip past bosses that you defeated in other host worlds, regardless of the place you did it in. So if you beat a boss together with your friend and you go back to that boss in your own world, you say there's going to be a prompt that comes up that says, hey, you beat this boss, do you want to skip it? And you can go yes or no from there, redefeat it or do what you want. Thoughts on all of this?
Making the game sound way more fun. Honestly, I think I like untethered. I wonder what untethered also means though, because like, can I do a story mission while my friend is outside beating people up, or is it just
Mm-hmm.
side stuff in the world? I don't mind doing side stuff in the world because it would make grinding out like 100%, or even just being like, yo, I gotta go do these quests. Do you want to help me with them? Like, yeah, sure, I gotta go do those quests anyways. Like, I gotta go beat up those guys in this area, or I gotta go reclaim this XYZ. Like, I think it would make it a much more enjoyable experience. I actually really like this. The original things, like this game is so wishy-washy. One day it's like really bad press, the other day it's like really good press. So I'm
Yeah,
still holding out hope for this game, and I really want to see what those reviews are looking like because I might buy it.
I'm so confused at this point of this game. I'm still generally in the same spot I was. The last time we talked about it. I'm still pretty worried about it, just how it looks in terms of smoothness and gameplay and whatnot. But the quality of life stuff looks really good. It looks really good. Drop in, drop out. Two. I wish it was 4-player, but I'll accept 2-player for now. Whatever, leave it be. 2-player. This untethered co-op sounds really cool. Like they were kind of explaining it how they wanted it kind of to feel like an actual like bat family encounter. Like, okay, this person's fighting by himself and then a battering comes from the roof and then somebody else coming in to help you for the save or something like that. So I like how they committed to that. It's untethered. You can really go where you want and do what you need to do. If you want to go get some collectibles, go off your own way. You're not, again, like tied at the hip to this person. I really like that. The level scaling and discrepancies I think is really cool. The best change, me personally, I think, is the skippable bosses and stuff, because I feel like I've been hard pressed to find people or a game where it's like, okay, it actually recognized that you've beaten this boss before, and it saves you the trouble. It saves you so much trouble in your own save if you're going to be doing stuff by yourself and leveling up in your own world. It saves that trouble, and again, just keeps the quality of life so much more better. You know what I'm saying? So much more efficient when you're walking through a story and trying to reassess different steps and level up your character, blah blah blah. So I don't know where I stand on this. I don't know what the final verdict will be, but I do know my stance hasn't changed, that I need to try this for myself. I still want to
Yeah,
try it for myself. I'm worried, but I need to try it for myself to figure out what's going on with it, to make any conclusive decision.
1000%.
Yeah. All right, 100%, man. Gotham Knights, bro. I shifty eyes on you. I don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out. On to the penultimate story of this week. We're getting even more information revealed over the implications of the Xbox Activision Blizzard merger. So, the United Kingdom's Competition and Markets Authority have been called in for a deeper investigation of the Activision, what's it called? what's the word? Activision merger. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
I couldn't think of it either.
Yeah. So they were called in for a deeper investigation on the merger, but it could throw a spanner in the works for Xbox. So they're trying to get the deal done. This week, Phil Spencer also stated, kind of in reaction to that, and that, that request for a deeper investigation, that their team intends to put major games under the Activision banner, namely Diablo, Overwatch, and Call of Duty on the Xbox Game Pass to nurture those communities. Now, Spencer also stated that Xbox remains committed to releasing Call of Duty on the same day for every platform, especially its direct competition, PlayStation. Now, I mean, thoughts on this latest move, man? The UK want more information. People are saying, putting it on Game Pass could be unfair. A lot of stuff moving around. How you feel about it?
I think Sony put them up to this. I'm not saying like it was a backroom deal or anything, but like I don't know. I feel like somebody might be snitching over there. But like,
listen, all I'm saying is, bro, Sony said something when Brazil said something, and now the UK piping up, and these are markets where Sony's really heavy in. Oh,
I don't know,
no.
man.
No.
Is it unfair? No. Fuck yeah, it's unfair. But like, I also feel like it would only be super unfair if they weren't allowed to do the same thing with PlayStation. Like, if they reach out to Xbox and say, hey, we want to put this on Game Pass on Plus Essentials or whatever, like, if they turn them down, yeah, or if they give us some wild, outrageous number, yeah. But like, I don't know, man. I kind of think Sony just isn't necessarily doing enough in general.
Yeah. Nah, I hear it, son. It's like it's like, yo, right? You not studying enough, but you blaming every other factor of why you fail in the class, bro. I'm like, dog, just study, bro. Just look at yourself, man. Look at yourself on one end. But to address, I guess, what was being said in that stretch of articles and the stretch of news this week, bruh, the fact that Xbox wants Call of Duty on the Game Pass, the fact they want Overwatch on the Game Pass, the fact they want Diablo on the Game Pass, doesn't necessarily mean that they want it exclusive.
You're good.
Yo, I'm about to say, oh man, y'all. All right, back to it. So the fact that they want them there, maybe it's just past Call of Duties. Maybe it's older versions of stuff, the campaigns, the old multiplayers that the servers are still up. That doesn't necessarily mean they want the latest Call of Duty exclusive to an Xbox Game Pass or exclusive to their console, forevermore. They're definitely not going to do that. That cuts off so much money for them worldwide because they're now set to own all their revenue streams. So why would they cut it off to make it, again, a singular game? Exactly. I don't think the gains from them making it an exclusive drop would mean, a huge boost in their sales. They're there on every platform. Why would they just cut off their platform and cut off the revenue stream with the knee? That makes no sense. So just off the rules of logic, I feel like that wouldn't be anti-competitive because no person in their right mind would cut off extra revenue streams just for the fact of exclusivity. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The ROI would not be enough to justify that, in my opinion. So for that, I don't think that's the case. For the Game Pass itself, the Game Pass component of, they're thinking about putting Overwatch, which is a free game. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be free to play for everybody. Put it on Game Pass. So maybe some content pieces will be there that are for free or included in the price. Diablo, which is, I don't think it's free, but.
No, Diablo's not free. Unless you're like talking about the new the Diablo Immortals, and that one is, but it's a mobile thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the next Diablo that they're dropping. So, which will likely, was it Diablo 4? Yeah. So, like, that is going to be a paid experience, but certain content on there could be perceived as free, or it could be on the Game Pass altogether, and then you just have certain content that's there. So, in my view, I don't necessarily think it's anti-competitive based off of what you said. Like, there's games you could do this for. You could put certain content and then their entire post-launch offering on that Game Pass. You can include it in there and you would be fine. Yeah. But I just feel like Sony just wants to create an argument where there's any, for any possible game that they have showing added value to a service that they put time into, service that Xbox put time into, they're trying to cut it off with the bud and stop any possible way from that being done. Because y'all could have did the same thing with another game. Y'all could have literally taken, what's it called? So y'all got Destiny under y'all banner or something like that. Y'all could have added some free content or some free, exclusive PlayStation drops or cosmetics and put it on PlayStation Essentials and said, hey, listen, add that to the game in the next, in the next year. Make that an exclusive drop that only you can get on this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just like for certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like they're planning to put certain skins or whatever, blah blah blah, included with Xbox Game Pass. I'm sure it's gonna be a thing more often down the line. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just like Sony clutching, bro. So Sony clutching for anything to hold on to and pull them back. And the more they look into this, and the more I guess Microsoft makes their case and states, like, listen, we're not trying to take Call of Duty away from the world because that's stupid for us. I think this will be dismissed, but of course it's gonna warrant any further look because Sony. I feel like you might be right. Sony, it might be more in on this than we think.
It could be. I don't want to make them sound like haters, but I don't know. It just
listen. I don't know, bro. From the Brazil case from a couple episodes ago, from we heard that Brazil comment, and then Sony doubled down on it like they was behind them. Like, yeah, they definitely anti-competitive, bro. Like, who's asked you? You're not in this conversation, bro. It seems like they personally have some stake in it.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. Could it be me? I'm gonna focus on myself. But anyways,
Thanks.
Let's move on. It's the last little story here. Before we get up out of here, man, I just thought it was personally funny, bro. A lot of outrage on the Twitters and social medias over a certain post-credit scene in She-Hulk. If you haven't seen episode 3, at the end of She-Hulk, she was kind of signing down the dotted line. Jennifer Walters got a new client in Megan Thee Stallion, and they celebrated by signing on the dotted line, you know what I'm saying, dancing, doing anything in the office. And people got mad at this, bro. People got real mad at this, like, yo, bro, Martin Scorsese was right. This, that, and the third. This is terrible. This is what the MCU's come to. We went from Thanos to this, blah, blah, blah. I just want to know your thoughts on it personally, man. What's going on?
I saw somebody tweet out. They were like, yo, She-Hulk used to copy her butt on the copy machine at her office. And, like, I don't know if that was, like, in a comic or something, but, like, She-Hulk is not super serious, like, at all. So her twerking isn't anything out of, like, the ordinary. I remember one of my favorite panels is when she did like the fastball special with Wolverine, and she was like, oh yeah, you got a tight butt, and he was like, we don't talk when we're doing this fastball special. Like she's a goofball. She's funny. Like I could see her twerking. I'm not surprised whatsoever. Anybody who's upset about it, like, bro, you're watching a show about a comic book character. Like, you're an adult. Let's act like adults. It's a funny little joke. It's a post-credit scene. You were supposed to stop watching. Like, if you did it, like, it's not even part of, like, come on, shut up, dude. Like, that's just how I feel. Literally. It feels like the MCU fans are starting to become like the Star Wars fans. Not as terrible, but like as annoying.
As consistently annoying as everyone else, and I can definitely see that being a thing. Now listen, here's my thing, bro. If you don't enjoy the wonderful world of ass throwing in whatever capacity it comes in, bro, you're just sad at life, bro. I'm sorry. There's something wrong with you, dog. There's something wrong with y'all, bro. Just the wonder of it all. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's fantastic. It's great. Love to see it. It's wonderful. But speaking seriously for a second, if you think that ruins your experience of an entire show, and they've been hating on the show from the jump, just because, you know what I'm saying, the main character is a woman, the main character is doing certain things, and the rhetoric behind it, they just want to dismiss it. But this has actually been one of the best MCU shows off the rip, the first few episodes. I don't care what nobody says, bro. Like, it's been funny. It's had a lot of good cameos. You know what I'm saying? A lot of surprising turnarounds with some characters. I thought I would hate the Abomination thing, but I'm cool with it. I think it's actually decent. You know what I'm saying? The Hulk thing, Hulk still being kind of bitch made in the MCU, that's another thing we can address in due time, but that is what it is. You kind of just got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fussed about it because I feel like something can happen later down the line or whatever. But the show in and of itself has been actually a really good and engaging show. I don't think people understand how engaging it's been compared to other shows that you've got, bro. It's better than most of them that have been released so far. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And people are just finding any little nitpicky thing to kind of get the pitchforks out for, bro. Y'all are losers. Y'all are losers. I promise you, y'all are losers, bro. Y'all need to really get a grip, son. Touch, grab. Megan Thee Stallion was throwing ass live on your TV screen in the MCU show. That's canon now. That's MCU canon.
Facts.
And y'all just want to hate? Sound like a bunch of bums to me, bro.
Yeah.
Sound like bums to me. They was throwing ass on my screen, bro. I need it tonight. Dudley Death dropped me tonight through a glass table. Stop playing with me, nigga. What they talk about, bro? You got some losers, bro. Wash your ass, bro. Wash your ass. Damn. Knowing this shit, bro. All right, bro. That's all. You know, they get me bent out of shape, bro. Like, how you see that? on the screen and be like, let me tweet about this. I'm displeased. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? They be getting me tight, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I need to go on airplane mode when I watch stuff for like the next 48 hours before and after something, bro.
Yeah.
Because listen, y'all not built like me, I guess. I don't know, bro. Somebody's
People just want to be mad. That's really what it is.
Listen, bro. But it was Captain America flex. I was about to say flex. They would have had no problem with this man, bro. Just because he's a dude and just because you like Captain America. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all kick rocks. Kick rocks with that. Anyways, that is all we got on the show notes for this episode. When anything that we might have missed over the past week?
Not that I could think of, honestly. No, not really.
Word. Yeah, me neither. I don't. Yeah, it's just been kind of laying in wait for or lying in wait for what's the name? Actually, no, it is laying in wait for the next week. All these news drops, all the events and stuff. D23 is actually gonna be pretty big. I think there's actually a games expo for Disney or somebody else. There's actually a little games event that they have. I think it might actually be Disney or Marvel.
I think
we're
you're
gonna
right.
see a bunch of stuff from them. I think it's Marvel. And I think we're gonna see like Midnight Suns. We might see something. PlayStation is coming too, and hopefully we see some Spider-Man and Wolverine. That's my thing. Yeah. Any predictions for the PlayStation show or anything else that we might see next week?
I feel like it would be Spider-Man with the hype of Spider-Man on PC kind of at a high. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't announce something, at least a little something,
Mm-hmm. Hey, no, 100%. I agree. Listen, if we get some Wolverine, boy, I'm doing a backflip. I'm gonna keep it stacked with you. If we get some Wolverine, I need that. I need that. You know
That
what
would
I'm
be
saying?
sick.
So Spider-Man 2, that would be dope. If we got some more context on what we're gonna be able to do. That would be cool. Aside from that, I really don't know what else they could show aside from the stuff that's already coming out. You know what I'm saying? The Ragnarok stuff, one little trailer for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess we'll see, man. But yeah, all right, that has been episode 37 of No Cooldown Podcast, man. If you enjoying all of the beautiful reports from us two beautiful gentlemen here, make sure you rate this 5 stars. Make sure you rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you go over there, and we're available as well again on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and I believe Amazon Podcasts will be coming in the next 24 hours. I just realized I did not add it there, so we're adding it to Amazon Podcast as well, so you'll be able to catch it there. Make sure you catch the video version on WOTAKU channel on YouTube. That's WOTAKU CHANNEL, and be sure to check all other dope content from When, Panda, and the Wotaku gang at Went Easy on all other social platforms, at Panda Roll 4 on social platforms, and Wotaku channel on other social platforms. All right, that's that. For me, that man Tripp on all social platforms. You already know where to find me. Check out No Cooldown Pod on Twitter for any updates. Every time we post, every time we update you guys on the live recordings, it's gonna be on that page. Anything special that we got, maybe some special guests might be in the future. You never know. Keep abreast on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Keep abreast on the Twitters. Check us there. Make sure you follow Growth as well at All for Growth. Some special things planning over there as well. And yeah, that's all we got for episode 37. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see you next week for all the beautiful news. But we are out of there. And we're good. Okay, got it. Had to press that joint twice. All right, we're good.